Hello, I'm Proclamation. Welcome to my channel. On this video, we are going to be replacing a low pressure fuel sensor on a 2014 Ford Escape. It's supposed to be way back behind that thing there. I watched several videos and I kind of know what I'm doing, but I need to have an opening where this hose is right here, and I moved this thing right here off to the side. Some mentioned removing the battery cover, but I don't think so. The cover on the engine took a little bit coming off because it hooks right in here and then it snaps down, so that was a little different. I thought about moving this out of the way, but I don't want to play with hoses. This here I tried to take off, but I broke the little clip on there. They put the screw to loosen these things way in the back, so they're hard to get to, so I had to take this apart right here, which is your filter. And now I can loosen these bands up. I'll put that back on, or maybe I won't, I don't know. I'll probably just set it on in there. Just try to get in there to get to the sensor, because I'm pulling a code. And for the Ford and Mazda, I guess there's an OEM code. It's Ford OEM code, so if you get an OBD2 scanner, you got to make sure that it can read Ford OEM codes, because it showed no check engine light. It just gave an error and said it needs to be serviced. So you need a code reader, OBD2, that can read Ford OEM codes. And I guess those codes work for a certain Mazda. My Haynes book says Mazda Tribute, because my book is for Ford Escape and Mazda Tribute. I guess Mazda Tribute uses Ford OEM. It's a secondary system, and it'll come up saying engine fault, service now, okay. And this is what you're going to need. My other OBD reader didn't have that Ford OEM on it, so when I did the code on it, nothing showed up. And without a code, you really don't know what's wrong with the car. Now before I start in this video, I do want to show tools that you will need. A lot of this is recorded on my Windows 8.1 phone. It should do pretty good. It usually does good in good lighting. My main goal today was just go full force at getting this work done. I was kind of stressed out of it. I just got the car. Just only had it 2 months. I didn't know how this was going to turn out. It actually turned out better than I expected. And my engine is a little different than the 5 different videos I watch on YouTube on people changing the part out. But before I continue with the video of taking things apart, and I did it different from the other videos that's out there, I just went for what was going to be the most practical way for me to do it, in the sense that this is in an area back underneath the hood, and I didn't know how difficult it was going to be getting this thing out. It has some age on it, but if you look at this part here, it's pretty clean. So it's the inside that went bad. So what you are going to need, or what I would recommend, is a little case that you wear around your waist with some tools on it. This here is good to put screws and stuff in it as you take screws off. I put the Allen wrench in there too. Before you start this course journey, you make sure that you order the part for it. Now this is for Ford Escape. For other vehicles, I don't know. I watched 5 different videos and they all use this part. I ordered it from O'Reilly, but I had it ordered online. They didn't have it in stock. I ordered it the day before Labor Day, so it was a Labor Day weekend, and I got it Wednesday morning. AutoZone didn't have it in their listing online, so that's why I didn't go through AutoZone. But AutoZone, O'Reilly, one or the other, they're right across from each other, so whatever I need, if one doesn't have something, the other one will. But in AutoZone I did get, and the only reason I got this was because AutoZone and the bus are closer by. With O'Reilly, you got to walk across. Hopefully you don't get hit on the crosswalk, because we got so much traffic in Nevada now from everyone from out of state moving here. You can get run over very easily. These are 15/16 sockets. You need that for the piece right there, because what you're going to do is you're going to go this way, and that's going to be onto the gas line. So you need a deep socket. This one is 6-point and this one's 12-point. You want a socket. You need a 8mm and a 7mm for screws. 7mm was for the air vent, up on top. When you see me pull it off on the next section and stuff, I didn't need to take the whole thing off. It's designed different than from the other videos, and I didn't really need to do that, so I
put the screw back on. The 8mm you definitely are going to need for a lot of different screws. You haven't seen the rest of the videos, but I'm showing the tools. You are going to need 8mm. I have a 9, but I don't think I used the 9 or the 7. I think I just used the 8. I did use the extension with this, and I think I used this extension here. This bad boy, and that, of course, that went with the heavy-duty socket wrench. I don't know what they are, but that 1/2 inch, and then the other one I think is supposed to be 5/8 or 3/8. Maybe it's 5/8. It's been a long day. Magnifying glass could come in handy. I was going to make a homemade magnifier. I was going to put this on a stick so I could get down there so you can, like that, see what I'm doing. But I didn't really need it. You need this. And I'm going to come out view like this. This is I guess it'd be a 12-inch on the package, it might say. It's 11.5-inch light. You put 6 AA batteries in it. I had it in there and I had it sideways. I have a remote control. See how bright that is? And so, yeah, you have it like that in the engine, and it's like that, but you got light that you can see everything. Taking the plug off, you just got to push down on a clip. It came off pretty easy. You will need adapters. I highly recommend them. I think I only used like maybe one, but for future jobs, you always got to think future, not present. But it worked out really well for that. This is also very good to have. You can put a socket on it. It can be a real pain getting to some screws. I think that's pretty much it. You always want to have straight slot screwdrivers. The one I saw, the guy had some went curve, and it was like a claw type things to do something, but I didn't need it. One of the clamps that you screw in, usually with a straight slot. I think I was using this one. They put them in the back, so it's very hard to get there and tighten it up. So one isn't tightened up. It's snug on the plastic, but it's not tightened up. But what you can do is you can go get a second clamp, and I probably have one somewhere here. Undo it and put it back together around it and stuff, and just put it in there, and you're done. The clamp that isn't tightened isn't like it's wiggling or anything, because it's the way that it sits in like a groove on the hose, which isn't like the older cars. Another thing is 13mm socket wrench. You've got to hold that gas line from wiggling or anything, because it can get bent or it breaks. The way that this fits on, it's like it fits on and it comes down. It looks like there's a T, but the way that it's on, it looks like it's welded in a certain way to the gas line pipe. And so when you take this thing off, and I did, it was a little tight, you can bend that or break that part, and then you got gas leaking, and then you're really screwed. And also, when I put this thing back on, I just was able to tighten it just a little bit. I double checked, make sure it's tight on there and it's not going anywhere. But I didn't take chances with that gas line. But I couldn't quite get this on there. You actually put it on there, on right in that T area, and try to hold it. But it's very hard to hold this, and with the socket wrench, which is this one here, trying to get it off. And then when I put it on, I went as far as I thought I could go, and I said, I'm not going no more. It's more than hand tight. I wasn't able to put a lot of torque on it. Don't put a lot of torque on it. Go easy. When you get to this part here, take your time. Go slow. Don't get something that grips onto the gas line, because it's very, you can bend it. You don't want that. You want to leave intact. It's for the fuel pressure and stuff. You don't want it to go bad, or you're going to be spending a lot of money in the shop getting it fixed. Okay, I got that piece off. I tried getting the bottom one off. It wouldn't work, so using crescent wrench with an 8mm and then a screwdriver to keep going to get that loosened. And then finally, I had to use this right here. Always get adapters for different size. You got small, medium, and you got large. That way you can use any kind of socket with your tools. And then it just popped right off of there. I gotta take that screw on out there, and then I'm gonna yank this plastic piece out, which should just snap right out, I hope. Okay, I got the piece off, and down. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's right there. Let's see if I can get it. I might not be able to get it. The camera might not be able to, there you go. No, that's the blue. That's not where it's at. It's right there. That's the piece I got to remove and replace.
But I got a clear shot to it, so here goes taking the thing out. I gotta be careful not to bend the gas tubing. Now I got myself a thin light from Walmart. It's like, it's 11.5 inches long. And so, it shines out that part. I got the harness off, and that's my target right there. So, yeah, God have mercy on my soul. There it is. It's out, and it didn't bend the fuel line, but I couldn't hold down the fuel line while I was doing it, so the socket went really all the way down to the end. So hopefully it didn't do any damage. I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can try to get you to see. Yeah, there it is. You can see the right there. See, it's out. I'm gonna put the new one in and get this baby put back together, so I don't have to stress out on the car. Well, I have the engine all put back together. It took forever to get this part right here with the 2 screws, top and bottom in. It just fought me every bit of the way. And I lost a screw. It's down there somewhere, the Allen wrench. So I got the screws, but I forgot to bring the screwdriver with me. So I'm going to have to learn to put some tools in this car. But I'll get that taken care of when I get back. I'm going to go take the car for a test drive. Okay. It's working. It wasn't working at first. I was getting a let me turn up my headlights. I was getting a check engine light where this speedometer is here, but I'm not getting any error now. I looked at the mass airflow filter. I took the cable off and then plugged it back in, and everything's fine. So tomorrow, which is Sunday, today's Saturday, I'll grab the OBD meter again and just make sure that everything's okay. The newer computers, you usually have to reset things so badly that if I was to replace the battery, I have to reset the battery monitor log. There's so much gizmo. You know, this is a 2014. My previous was a 1994 Subaru Legacy. It was so easy. You replace a part, you're done. With these new systems, you place a part and you're not done. So, but everything's looking good. The new part's in there, and I thank God for helping me to do it, because car work is, requires a lot of prayer. See you on the next video.